As of September 5th, Forgotten Runiverse has been ranked number 4 Web3 game and number 2 Web3 RPG. And during this open beta, they are still releasing content, like this brand new dungeon with some of the best loot in the game. So if you want to know where to get gear that'll make even grand wizards tremble and how to take on the final boss, stick around. Now for this dungeon, you're definitely going to want to have a 4-man party. As for loadouts, the fastest method is strength-based DPS. Feel free to use Ice Spear if you don't have Volatile Gambit. Even if it is a brilliance damage-based spell, it's still one of the highest damage single target attacks in the game. With all 4 party members optimized, you can actually complete this run in about 7 minutes flat. But if you're not trying to speed run, it can be helpful for a lot of players to have a designated tank or healer to support the team as they deal damage. This dungeon is split into 3 separate areas and is filled with mysterious pathways and strange objects. The first area is quite simple. You're going to want to collect the 3 pieces of crystallized honey lining the walls of this hall, and then meet on the northeast side of the map to free the Birdman from the honey crystals. He'll then be waiting for you by the statue in the middle of the room, where he'll grant you the cipher to read the text on the statue. Place your honey in the statue and the door to the next area will open. You will need 5 more honey in order to open up the next door, but you can collect that and defeat the first boss at the same time by heading left after the door. Make sure to pick up every piece of honey along the way, including the ones in the B-shaped sarcophagi to the right and left of the boss. This boss is probably the easiest of the bunch and has the potential to drop the Amber Guard armor. Afterwards, you can return to the Great Hall, where there will be another statue where you can place the 5 honey you've collected. The next door will then unlock, and you can continue to the next area. Now, the second stage of the dungeon is usually where most players get lost, in the maze of vaults and staircases. But actually, all of this is completely optional. If you want to get to the last boss as fast as you can just head north, and when you get to the door at the end of the hall, make sure to offer nothing, and you'll be presented with an optional boss fight. This battle isn't too challenging as long as the team organizes which one to target and kill first, and this one has the potential to drop one of the best weapons in the game. After defeating the 2 guards, you'll be teleported to the 3rd and final area, and from here there's nothing to do but head north and face off against the Honey Queen. She is quite difficult, so I recommend at least 1 player on the team plays Worker's Rest to help sustain the players throughout rounds. But as a reward for defeating her, she can drop what is considered the best spell in the game with the highest damage output for physical-based damage. Now that is how the run is done if you just want to kill bosses as fast as possible, but there are quite a few secrets in the second area that you'll need to complete if you want to get the full set of gear in this dungeon. Instead of going directly to the golden doors, head northeast and there'll be an open vault door. Here you can jump down to enter a new area. Now it can be easy to get lost here, but if you make sure to always take the path that leads east, then you'll eventually be led to this room. By interacting with the manhole cover in the middle of the room, you can activate another optional boss. Defeating this one is where you can find the Amber Guard Helm. Continue taking the path to the east until you're eventually led to a hallway. In the middle of this path, there'll be a key. Then continue forward and you'll end up back at the beginning of the second area. Now you can use the key to unlock the massive vault door in the middle of this hall. And if you're lucky, you could get the very last spell, Entropy's Game. Now, if you're having trouble completing certain areas of this map, there are ways to make it easier. By collecting enough additional honey, you can make an offering to the golden doors to skip the guard fight altogether. And before fighting the queen, again, if you have enough honey, you can make an offering to receive a boon that'll give you a little edge against this final fight. And with that, good luck on your journey through the buried pyramid, and until next time, I'll see you around the Runiverse.